we?
Nowhere really. It's just a little place called Wyoming.
Okay, why?
Because of this place.
They're building a nuclear power plant?
It's called the Natrium nuclear power plant. What do you think of when you see or hear nuclear power plants? Explosions? Chernobyl? Radiation?
Why is it all bad?
Because most people think of it that way.
But here's a fact. There's a 1 in 1 billionth chance of them catastrophically malfunctioning. So natrium wouldn't be harmful. Actually, it'd be way more helpful, adding to the green transition, along with solar, wind, hydro, and geothermal energy.
Why are people afraid then?
Because it's been made out to be this evil villain due to the Cold War and Russian aggression. Heck, fossil fuels are far more dangerous. Coal and oil are what we call invisible killers and are responsible for 1 in 5 deaths worldwide. More than 5 million deaths each year.
That is why nuclear power is our future. Just as much as smartphones were for our parents, nuclear energy will provide safe, reliable energy, eventually enough to minimize fossil fuel usage, not only for Wyoming, but the whole nation or even the world.
Will it have any other benefits?
Absolutely. It'll be a massive boon to the surrounding economy, providing over 8,000 jobs during its construction and over 800 plus jobs during active energy production, while lowering energy costs and being a great benefit for the local environment.
It's also far more economical than you would imagine because about 90% of uranium fuel can be reprocessed for more energy generation. Now, why did I bring you here?
I thought it was because of the Natrium power plant and all the good things you just said.
Well, to some extent. Mainly to talk about cybersecurity. There are people that would like to manipulate the plant for their personal benefit.
Why would they do that?
Because they have alternative motivations like making money for themselves.
Like Jeff Bezos?
It's not robbing you, it's more like stealing.
How is that different?
Don't worry about it. Basically, cybercriminals exploit human or security vulnerabilities in order to steal valuable information or money, such as hacking into networks or servers and holding them for ransom.
That could happen to a nuclear reactor?
Absolutely. Nuclear power plants are considered critical national infrastructure in the United States and other nations, which makes it a prime target for criminals.
Obviously, that means we're going to work harder to protect it, but that's why we're here, to consider those different safety regulations.
But funnily enough, a lot of nuclear plants are quite secretive about their safety technologies.
But of course, they don't want people abusing that knowledge to make cybercrime easier.
So how do you talk about fixing securities if we don't know what they are?
I said consider. We can take a look at different problems the other reactors had, not necessarily what would be specific to the Natrium reactor, and think about how to fix them.
There are several problems that nuclear power plants need to look at to improve cybersecurity, such as older software technologies, targeting personnel, sleep malware, and foreign actors. Concerns are also raised about notable cyber attacks around the world, such as an attack on an Iranian fuel enrichment facility, the Davis-Besse nuclear power plant in the United States, and attacks on the computer networks at a Korean hydro nuclear power plant.
So there have been a lot of challenges with security and digital process control systems and the controls needed to mitigate any serious incidents.
The problems we see with nuclear digital assets are that they're very complex because of the interconnectedness as well as the digital age of the software. It could be so outdated it's hard for programmers to fix it.
If we want to fix the problem that we've been facing, then we need to get the word out. People need to have a better understanding of what is actually affecting the companies to fix these problems.
The government does have a large hold on what is being released to the public, which is for good reasons. They don't want people skipping the line of trial and error that is hacking. But that being said, it isn't stopping the government from doing something about it.
So we just listed a slew of cybersecurity problems that impact nuclear power plants. What should Natrium do that's different compared to the current operating nuclear power plants?
The fastest way to fix our current problems is with specialized conversation. The Natrium power plant should contact others like Davis-Besse and Korean nuclear facilities and communicate on how they resolve the issues that they faced, as well as other allied countries to create better software or shore up against weak spots in current software.
As well, during construction of the physical plant, software teams should use older software as a shell and create new software, which mitigates outdated software and sleeper malware. Staff should have individual accounts that are created by the nuclear power plant to limit personnel information besides the necessaries, so that there's less for cyber criminals to use to extort personnel.
Realistically, not everything is going to happen right now, but the more that is done, the safer we'll be.